Hello children, how are you all? Today we are going to learn a new different technique, logics. All of you are interested in this? But all of you logics and unanswered, unimaginable answers means we can find it from the history. Can you find who is that person? Can give the tricky questions and answers also? No, previous classes you got it. Okay. Can you remember Tenali Ramakrishna? Wow, very good. All of you can remember. So you know his story is, yes, so many tricks, so which we cannot find easily. Gives different funny answers also, right? Now, today we are getting another entertaining lesson from Tenali Ramakrishna only. What is that? Tenali Raman and the three dolls. Tenali Raman and the three dolls. So what do we have? Tenali Raman and the three dolls. What is this? So all of you know three dolls, three pictures. So three, all you know, all you played in your childhood days. Tenali Raman, what he did, we can see in this. So say this before going to the lesson. One thing, so here they gave the cartoon. What is this cartoon? See, read the cartoon. Do you know the meaning of jester? They asked. So before that, what is this cartoon? See this. I'll become the court jester, sir. I'll become the court jester, sir. That he said. What is this jester? Jester means here, simply you can take it, a joker. Jester means a joker we can take. Actually, they arrange a person for the witticism or jokes or prank. So further they arrange the person, that person we call it jester. So for simple words we can say joker. So to entertain all the people, na? So in the kingdoms in those days they arranged the jesters. King's court, yes, that person should entertain by cracking some jokes in the king's court. That's why they arranged the jesters. So I want to become the jester, sir. So in the king's court. So that is an impotent fool. Impotent fool, do you think it is so easy to enter the court? So, oh, foolish man, don't you mind about it? Don't you think? Is it easy to enter into the court and to do this? It's very difficult. So, all right, you may come to Vijayanagaram and we will see how difficult it is to enter into the court. So, whatever it is, come to me to the Vijayanagaram court. Who is that? Vijayanagaram, yes, kingdom, Sri Krishna Devaraya, right? So in his dynasty, 8 great poets we have. One of them nothing but our Tenali Ramakrishna. So 8 Ashtadiggajas they call it. So those people, is it possible to enter into the court, to entertain them and to impress them? Is it easy way? Never at all. But see this, what happened in this story. And the great king Krishna Devaraya had a lot of wise ministers in his court. Yes, the king, great Krishna Devaraya, the great king he is. He had great ministers, that is a wise ministers. Those ministers nothing but 8 members especially in his court. The wisest of them is nothing but Tenali Rama. Out of all, the wisest man is nothing but Tenali Rama. All are wise, but among them the greatest one is nothing but Tenali Rama. Okay, children. One day, a merchant came to the king's court from a foreign kingdom. So, who came to the king's court? A merchant. Merchant means what? One who sells things. So, what is the meaning of merchant? M-E-R-C-H-A-N-T. Merchant means one who sells things. So, that person we call it merchant. One who sells things, that is at our home, nearby our home or in our line, shops we have, so stationery shops or some other shops, they sell, those are also called merchants only. They sell different things, That's why those are also called merchant. So a merchant came to the king's court. Which king's court he came? Sri Krishna Devaraya king's court. Who came? A merchant. From which place he came? From a foreign kingdom. Foreign means all of you know, yes, other country. So located away from one's away country. So foreign country means Foreign. Foreign country means other country. Foreign country means any other country, we call it foreign country only. We are the foreigners to the America or England, all the other countries. So they are foreigners to us. Those countries are foreign countries to us, and our country is foreign country to all other countries, right? Like that, other country. So from other country he came. He saluted the king and then said, saluted means in those days namaskar or like this, or else bowing like this, anything they can. So saluted and then said, Your Majesty, I have heard from many people that you have very wise ministers in your court. So Your Majesty, I have heard that from many people that you have very wise ministers in your court. Right now, so many wise ministers he had now. But with your permission, I would like to test the wisdom of your ministers. So that is, I heard that you have very good ministers, wise ministers. But with your permission only, I would like to test the wisdom of your ministers. Generally, anyone accept this one? Never at all. Who are you to test me? Like that they ask. But here, this aroused the king's interest and he gave the merchant his permission. This aroused the king's interest. Arouse means that is increase the feeling of it. So to cause someone to have a particular feeling. So what is this? Aroused. A-R-O-U-S-E-D. Aroused means what? To cause someone to have a particular feeling. So specific, particular feeling. So here, yes, the king, the feeling increased, yes. This is also somewhat interesting one only. We can test our wise ministers whether they are thinking differently or not. Like that he decided. Of course, Sri Krishna Devaraya not only for this person in his kingdom, every time he has given different kinds of questions to his ministers. Think and give me the answers, proper answer. Like that he said. Most of the times these ministers could not answer his questions. Do you know that? But maximum very tricky and very humorous answers are given by Tenali Raman only. So Tenali Ramakrishna. Now here, yes, this aroused the king's interest, and he gave the merchant his permission. Okay, yes, created some kind of feeling, interest, then gave the permission to him. To whom he gave the permission? A merchant from foreign country. Who gave the permission? Yes, Sri Krishna Devaraya gave this. And then the merchant gave to the king 3 dolls and looked identical. The merchant gave 3 dolls. What did he give? 3 dolls. How are they? They looked identical. Identical means, yes, similar. Identical. I-D-E-N-T-I-C-A-L. Identical means similar. So all are looking same. No change at all. Same kind of dolls. How many? 3 dolls he had given. And he said, though these dolls look similar, they are different in some way. So if your ministers can find out the difference, I will bow to this wisdom. So, but if they can't, I will assume that there are no wise ministers in your court. I will be back in 30 days for the answer. See this. What is the merchant from foreign country? What he said? Yes, they take these 3 dolls. Though these dolls look similar, so 3 dolls same, look same na? So these are looking same, they are different some way, they are different in some way, slight difference is there. If your ministers can find out the difference, so you have very good wise ministers, if they can find the difference in that, I'll bow to their wisdom. So I will accept, I'll bow. Bow means like this, to bend and give the namaskar. So I'll bow to their wisdom. But if they can't, suppose if they can't find it, what? I will assume, I will feel, I think, I decide it, what? That there are no wise ministers in your court. So you should agree with that. There are no wise ministers in court. So how much time? I will be back in 30 days. So how much time he had given? 30 days, 1 month time. For what? For the answer. So this is the question happened. Then the king asked all of his ministers except Tenali Rama to assemble. So the king asked all the ministers, so many wise ministers, especially main 8 members and some other ministers also there. So he called all the ministers, but except Tenali Rama. And what he said? To assemble. Assemble means gather to someone, gather someplace. ASSEMBLE. Assemble means gather together. Gather together. So all the people should gather there. That he said it. All of you should come there. That he said. And he gave them the 3 dolls and told them to find the difference in them in 3 days time. So he gave them the 3 dolls. So he gave 3 dolls. Already 30 days time he gave, and 3 dolls he had given. So that is, he gave 3 dolls and told them find the difference in them in 3 days time. So yes, he had given to them, and yes, find the differences. So I am giving 3 days time to each. All of you can find the differences of it. That he asked for that. So what happened? But at the end of 3 days, none of the ministers could figure out the difference. Yes, no Tenali Ramakrishna, but remaining people also wise only, but not as much as Tenali Rama. But here all the people they observed it, but 3 days time they have taken, but at the end of no time they couldn't find any differences in that. And the king got worried and called Tenali Rama. So he was worried about it. Then he called. He said to him, Tenali, I did not summon you before because I thought that this problem will be too simple. So I did not summon. Summon means I did not call you. So summon means to order someone to come or to be present or be present at a particular place. So summon, SUMMON. Summon means actually we can say simply to call. Summon means to call. So here they have given to order someone to call to or be present in a particular place, that we call. So summon means call the person to come here. So that. So I did not call you because I thought that this problem is very simple. That's why I didn't call you. But since no one has been able to find the solution, it is up to you now. That is, Tenali Ramakrishna was given good priority by this is Sri Krishna Deva Raya also. So this is very simple answer, I thought it. That's why I didn't call you. But now it became very difficult. No one can find the difference. That's why I called you. So then it's up to you now. This is your work. You should do it. What is that? Find the difference between these dolls. So 3 dolls are there. So find the difference among the dolls. So that he said. So Tenali took the 3 dolls and went away. So 3 days time like this he had given. So okay, no problem, I'll find it, he said, and he has taken the 3 dolls and went away. Where can he go? Maybe his house. He went. The problem proved difficult for Tenali too. Yes, the problem was somewhat difficult to Tenali also, Tenali Ramakrishna also. But at last, after a lot of effort, he figured out that difference. So a lot of effort. So he concentrated too much, and at last he figured out the difference. At last he found out the difference. What is that? He went to the court with the 3 dolls on the day that the merchant had to return. So 30 days time. Those people, they have taken 3 days time like that, and at last 3 days the king has given to the Tenali Ramakrishna. So then 3 days time over, the merchant came to, that is, the merchant should come to the king's court also, should decide whether these courtiers are wise or not, ministers are wise or not, right? So he had to return that day. So then he announced in front of the whole court that he had found that difference between the dolls. So then he announced in front of the whole court, whole total court, among all the total courtiers, they announced that the differences between the dolls. What are those? He said, these 3 dolls are different because one of them is good, one is average, and one is bad. So he told the differences. So one doll is good, one doll is average, and one doll is bad. How can he say? So how these 3 dolls are there? 3 are divided, good, average, bad. So how can he decide? So he said like that, and when everyone asked Tenali that which doll was which, he showed them a tiny hole that was present in the ears of each of the dolls. Yes, everyone, which one is which? That is, which doll is good, which doll is average, which doll is bad. And how can you say that? They asked. For that, Tenali Rama gave the answer. What was that answer? Yes, he showed a small hole from the ears to each doll. So for the total 3 dolls, they have small hole in the ear. So then what happened? Then he took a very thin wire, that whole house, very small hole, to get into that. Like that, he has taken a wire and put it in the hole of the first doll's ear. Yes, how can he say that is which is good and which is bad and which is average? That's why he had taken a thin wire that he kept into the ear of the doll. And then, so when he kept into the ear of the doll, it got into the head. And later, the wire came out from the doll's mouth. So then it came out from the doll's mouth. So from the ear to mouth, either right side or left side, from the ear to mouth. So he did the same with the second doll, and the wire came out from the doll's other ear. See how it is. One is from the ear to, the way we have the another hole means from the mouth. And here from the ear to another, for the another doll, yes, in the ear only. This ear to this ear, and the wire went to the heart. And third one, in the third doll, the wire went to the heart and did not come out. So it went, another wire also he sent it, but it went into that and it went to the heart. It did not come out from any place. So like that, 3 types, 3 dolls he said. And Tenali Rama explained what is that. In the first doll, the wire went in through the ear and came out through the mouth. So in the first doll, right now, so the wire went into the ear and it came out from the mouth. So this doll is bad as it represents people who cannot keep a secret So this is bad doll. Why? Because whatever we say, ear means we can hear, other can say. So what others say, they hear and immediately they tell out. That means they cannot keep the secret. They cannot keep the secret with them. So that's why those are bad. And in the second doll, what is that? The wire came out of the other ear. So from this ear to ear it came. So it is an average and represent harmless people who do not understand what is said to them. So these are harmless people. Why? Because what you said, they leave it off. They cannot understand what you said. So that's why these are harmless. They cannot understand means they cannot say anything to others. No problem at all with these people. Like that he said. And the third doll, in which the wire went to the heart and did not come out, and represent good people who will keep the secret that you tell them. Yes, the third doll, when you get the wire into that, it went into the heart, it did not come out. That means these people are very secret. So whatever the secret you tell, they never get it out. Always they keep it in their heart only. They never reveal it. So these are very good people, like that he said. But the king, the merchant and all the other courtiers were very much impressed with Tenali's wise answer. So, wow, excellent, superb, you said like that. Who is that? The king, the merchant and all the other courtiers also started to praise him. But that is only enough? No. Then Tenali said, not only this, sir, but there can be another explanation too. Good, bad, average, he said, na. Another explanation also for this we have. What was that? The first doll represents people who gain knowledge and spread it among others. So it is also good. First he said from the ear to mouth means everything, the secrets open up. That's why bad. But another meaning also we can take it. So whatever the knowledge they gain it by hearing, by learning, that they spread to the other people. So in that way they are very good. In that way, they are very good. And the first doll represents people who gain knowledge and spread among the others. And so it is good. The second doll represents people who do not understand. The second doll represents people who do not understand what they are taught. So these are, it is average. So some people, whatever we say, could not understand. So they are average people. They cannot understand whatever we say. And the third doll represents people who have knowledge but keep it all themselves only. Yes, some people, very good knowledge people. So those people, they know, but they never reveal. They keep it in a heart only. They never share with others. They never guide the others. So those are, they do not teach anyone anything, and so they are bad people. So both we can say. One way if we see the people who can keep it everything in the heart some way, one way those are good, but in another way if we see those are bad. So one way the first doll, yes, the whatever they cannot keep the secret, in that way those are bad. But whatever the knowledge if they are spreading over to all the people means in the positive way if we think, they are also good, right? So like that, the way of we thinking, how we are, good, bad we have, that he said. And the king was even more impressed, and he said, he asked, can there be any other explanation? Any other explanation is there? Can you think of a third explanation to answer the king? So here, can you think about it? So two explanations that our Tenali Rama has given. But can you give the third explanation for that? That here given choice to us. So you think any other explanation is there for these three dolls? How the wire is coming? Of course. But any explanation, different explanation is there. Think about it. Okay, children. So here impress. Impress means affect deeply and strongly in mind or feelings. Very affect, strong in mind, deep feelings. That we call it impressed. So like that, all the people who are impressed with Tenali Ramakrishna's that is in knowledge, or else how he found the differences, and not only to found the difference, explain that in a different way, both good and positive, both ways he explained. So that's why all of them praise the Tenali Ramakrishna generally. Now also, in all after long years also we are remembering and we are praising his knowledge, we are praising his talent. Right, children? So if possible, all of you read Tenali Ramakrishna stories. So many are there. Different logics we get it. Very interesting one also. You ask your parents, Tenali Ramakrishna, however he showed the witness, the Sri Krishna Devaraya stories, you ask them and then read it. Read. I hope you have read that one. If you didn't read, you buy that and read those stories. Very interesting and funny, and logics you can learn it. So learn this one. So all of you read the lesson, and we can do the question answers part in the next class. See, children, so I hope all of you read lesson. Read it? Very good, children. Now, today we can do the comprehension part. So, it's a time to answer. What do we have? Answer the following questions. What do we have? See the questions, all of you. First one, all of you open the material, textbook and notes also. Should write answers in the notes. So, see this first question. Who had a lot of ministers in his court? Who had? All of you know. Yes, Sri Krishna Devaraya, great king Krishna Devaraya, right? So write the question first, all of you. First question, who had a lot of ministers, who had a lot of ministers in his court? Who had a lot of ministers in his court? Who had? Write the answer. Answer. The great king, Krishna Devaraya, the great king Krishna Devaraya, Krishna, Krishna Devaraya. The king Krishna Devaraya had a lot of wise ministers. Right now, the correct word is not only ministers, they are wise ministers. So, had a lot of wise ministers in his court. Right, ma? So, who had a lot of ministers in his court? The great king Krishna Devaraya had a lot of wise ministers in his court. Okay, children. So, this is the first question. Write down, all of you, and see the second question. What is the second question? Who wanted to test the wisdom of ministers? Who wanted? Yes, a merchant, right? Write the question first. Second question. Who wanted to test the wisdom of ministers? Who wanted to test the wisdom of ministers? Who? Yes, the person is nothing but a merchant. So, write the answer. A merchant, merchant. A merchant wanted to test the wisdom of ministers. So, see the question, children. Who wanted to test the wisdom of ministers? Who? A merchant wanted to test the wisdom of ministers. Okay, ma? So, this is the second one. And see the third question, all of you.